Welcome to JK Games, the gaming podcast where we bring you the gaming news we care about.
And maybe some that we don't.
And whether you play on easy mode,
or you like a good challenge,
this is a show where we'll try to level up your gaming knowledge. Gaming knowledge. Game Awards edition. Wow.
Intergalactic space.
Heretic Prophet. It's such a long title. I cannot wait to talk about that too. I love it. Okay, I'm already jumping the gun.
Hey. We're getting too excited. There's a lot to talk about.
You want to take it away, Kayla? Because normally you do this part unless you're frozen.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Welcome to JK Games, where we talk about gaming, we talk about shows, we talk about pop culture, whatever's going on in the gaming space. I'm Kayla, one of your hosts today.
And I'm Jerica, your other host. And we're so excited to talk about that last thing from the Game Awards. You've already heard me say it.
Oh man, we can't wait.
We have not talked about it yet.
And then we haven't, and we have some we have a first time chatter in the chat. I love that this is your first introduction to us. We got Abzo Steel.
Woo!
Welcome.
Abzo Steel, welcome.
Love that name. That's truly iconic. And then we do have other shout outs, High Score Weekly and CC already active in the chat. And then we also have Game Over Cholo, who is here and supporting as well. We love to see it. Apparently High Score Weekly used to stream from the bathroom. So that, hey, it could be worse. You know what I mean? But yeah, we are going to dive into our thoughts.
Do your business and stream at the same time. You know,
sometimes you gotta. If you are listening to us for the first time, welcome. We do our show in 3 different modes. We got easy mode, where we talk about what we've been playing, what we've been doing, watching, etc., whatever it may be. And then we have our normal mode, where we're talking about news. We will be skipping that section this week, unless, Jerica, you have anything pressing on your mind news-wise. Nope. And then we have our expert mode, where is our main topic that we talk about. We discuss whatever's hot in gaming, which this week is definitely the Game Awards, and I have a lot of things to say. So does Jerica. So we'll get into that shortly. But first, if you're not already following us on socials, please give us a little follow at JK Games Podcast on all of our socials. We got Instagram, we got Twitter, we got Blue Sky, we got YouTube. We're live right now. We normally go live on Mondays. If you're listening after the fact, we go live on Twitch at around 8:30 on a good day on Mondays. And then we'll occasionally stream whatever games we're playing on Twitch as well. So definitely check us out there. And yeah, that's really all of our loadout. I'm trying to think. We skipped last week, but you can now stream our episode with Jim Tasty if you would like to watch that on YouTube or on your favorite podcast network. That's live. We talk all things Call of Duty. Jerica, do you have anything coming up to plug?
No, not really. I'm still working on, I did an unboxing video of me unboxing. Ooh. I could have just not said all those extra words, but I unboxed the 30th anniversary PS5 Pro, have the footage made, done that part. I just need to edit it and put it on YouTube. And yeah, it's really entertaining. Did I maybe kiss the console at one point? You'll have to tune in when it goes live. So if you want to see that.
That's incredible. Well, definitely follow Jerica and follow us on YouTube to be able to.
Yeah, I just filled myself coming out of a box multiple times and just hoping that, I don't know, there'd be something else in the box. $1 million, another PS5 Pro 30th anniversary edition. Actually, a disc drive would have been nice to find in the box.
Yeah,
it's a very expensive thing not to include the disc drive, but I went on a tangent on that already. Have I went on my old lady tangent rant about?
Probably, because I know we've both talked about how much we love physical media still.
Yeah, you spend, I think this was like $1,100 and it doesn't come with the disc drive, but it comes with a cover.
Oh.
It comes with a cover. Like if you get the external drive and have to attach it to the PS5 Pro, it comes with a cover that makes the whole
I
console
mean,
gray.
that's something.
It's just like, come on.
It's for the
Why? You can't
aesthetics.
even get the disc drive. You can't find it like retail, like anywhere. Like it's just
Mhm.
overly priced by resellers right now, and it's making me mad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah.
Continue.
Oh no, no, it's okay. We have a I don't remember we did a whole segment one time on physical versus digital media and like our thoughts on that. I think that was like that's in the archives like a long ago. But I'm still all for having like the physical game. Like I get why like digital is kind of the move and like why that people are leaning more towards that these days, but definitely I prefer having like the hard copy physical disc. But anyways, High Score Weekly said I love how they updated all the PS5s with some of the graphics, made me feel like mine got upgraded. And also
Yeah,
gifted a
those are
sub
so
to Abs of
cool.
Steel. Yeah.
Woo!
Jerica,
Yeah.
easy mode. Let's talk about what we've been playing, what we've been doing. What you been playing, girl?
I'm still playing Dragon Age, and one day
Yeah.
I'll tell you I'm playing something different, which I have played other things besides Dragon Age. So that's probably why I still haven't
Okay.
beaten it. But most of my time is dedicated to finishing Dragon Age. And apparently I'm getting really close. Audrey, how close am I to beating Dragon Age based on where she's been watching me play.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. She's thinking. Huh? 80% there.
Okay.
So
Okay. That's really
almost
close.
I'm almost there. I have an update. I did have to commit to my character had to commit to a companion. The
Okay.
companion was like, "Are we serious? This solidifies our romance." And I was like, I was
Mm-hmm.
still really torn because I was still flirting with two other characters, or I was flirting between these two characters. And one of them, I finally went too far, and they were like, basically, I had to make a choice. Like on the left side, I was like, fully commit, you are in a relationship. And then the other option was like, you're about to break up with them. I was like, okay, this is where I have to make or
Ah.
break it. I can't talk to the other person. I can't romance the other person now. So I made my commitment. And it's funny because it's Nev and Balara. They talk a lot. I mean, all the companions talk to each
Mm-hmm.
other, but they're like pretty close. So it was funny. I was like, ooh, because like I've been flirting with both of them. So I was wondering like how the
Mm-hmm.
dynamic would be between them once they know like I'm off the market. So funny because as soon as I got back to the lighthouse,
Hot commodity.
uh Balara and Nev were talking, and Balara's like, "So you and Rook are in a relationship now. That's cool." But she wasn't mean about it, but she was just like inquisitive about it. And I was like, "Oh no, they're talking about it." It was so soon. Even Audrey was like, "Wow, they're talking about that right after that mission." But no one's mad that I've seen. So
That's good.
yeah, I've went with
That's good.
Nev, but I'm definitely going to go back because I
Okay.
want to see
Okay.
how this plays out with Laura too. There's also a few other characters that I'd love to see, like, what does the romance look like here? Because they're all so unique. All their personalities are very different. But yeah. Ooh, CC won a copy of Veilguard. How did you win a copy of this game? What
Ooh.
did you enter a contest? Did you have to eat 100 hot dogs? Like, what did you do?
That's so funny.
I hope it's something
I
neat like that.
did you get an early access code? Is that what happened? Wow.
But yeah, I'm almost done with
Wait, it's
Dragon
not
Age,
early
and
access. This has
then
been out for like
yeah, it's been out, but I like a free code, right? If you can talk about it, if you're gonna play it. My hat's falling off. One last thing. My hair looks so wild. One last thing. I did play a different game. Once a week,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
trying to um I unfortunately didn't do a dumpster dive. That will be on my commitment this
Uh,
week. But I was like, I need to play something different other than
yeah.
Dragon Age and Destiny, which I haven't played Destiny a lot. So I pick a day out of the week and I go either on Steam or the PlayStation Store and find something that's on sale, which I guess is sort of like a dumpster dive, but it doesn't fall in the pricing
Yeah.
category. But I did find a game that was on sale. It was close to $20, I think. But it was a game that I've seen a trailer for before, and it's called Tearaway or Teardown. I'm sorry, Teardown. And it looks
Oh
like
yeah, you told me about that
Minecraft.
one.
Uh,
Yeah.
looks like Minecraft. Did I talk about this already? This feels like last
No,
week.
you said this in one of our Discord group chats, but you haven't talked about it on the show yet.
Um, but it looks like Minecraft, like with better graphics, which Minecraft might look like that now. I just haven't played it in a long time. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, this is like one of those sandbox build games and destroy stuff, build, destroy. You can have like a little bulldozer and run around and smash down all these buildings. At a glance, it looked really cool. But apparently there's a campaign. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I'll start with the campaign.
Oh.
And you are basically, I guess, this person that lives in this shady little shed. It's like a barn. And you are using your computer and you're getting jobs to pay rent or pay your tenant, your grandma, help both of you to pay rent. It's very strange. But you get a job and this guy like calls you up. He's like, hey, there's this house on some property and I really need it gone so I can like do something with the land. Or like it's affecting their property value. I can't remember.
Yeah.
So like you go in the middle of the night and like bulldoze this house and then you have to escape before the cops get there. And I'm like, how did this turn into like a Minecraft building sim? And then now you're doing crime, like committing crimes. and
That's so funny.
and after you do like a quest or the mission, you go back to your barn, you wake up and there's like
Mm-hmm.
a TV downstairs and you're looking on it and it's always the crimes you committed the previous night is on the news. And there's
That's
like one you
actually
had,
really cool. That sounds very entertaining.
it was really surprising and yeah, okay, and it's so much fun. Like the next mission I did, um you have to so the cops I think got wind of me like tearing down that house and like there's some
Mm-hmm.
blackmail going on and they're like, "Hey, well, we can look the other way if you can sneak into this um it's like an electrical company. If you sneak into this guy's company and steal his computers cuz he's been doing some shady stuff. So, if you
Yeah.
steal those computers, we will not arrest you for bulldozing that house." So it gets really messy, as you can tell. And you have to plan your heist and like how to sneak in and not get like caught by security, minimal damage. Like if you like,
Just things.
you
Yeah.
can literally destroy every building and anything, but you have to be pretty strategic with like minimal damage, um, locating where the computers are. Cause like you don't want to just knock a hole in every single building. Like you gotta scope out where these
Yeah.
computers are. And yeah, and there's a timer because as soon as you like start stealing the stuff, like the alarm goes off and you have like 30 seconds to get back to your car before the cops
Oh
show
my
up.
gosh. That's
So
stressful.
it is. But it's really fun. I want to get back to it for real. Like I say that about a lot of games lately, but like just getting hooked that fast was really impressive. So Teardown, you should check it out. It's probably still on sale. Um, it was really fun. Just the first 3 missions I did in the campaign. It was funny. I just didn't expect to do crime. So I'm done now
Tear
talking
down and
about
do
it. Tear
crime.
down.
You also played Fortnite again for the first time in forever.
God, yeah,
What about that was
I suck at
crazy.
it. I was making fun of it, calling it a baby game. I know it's not a baby game. A lot of really competitive people play Fortnite. And then obviously the new ballistic mode is very challenging. I haven't played games like that in a long time. But it was fun. Like I didn't want to immediately like throw the controller down. It to me it was fun. I'm not going to be the best player ever, but it's fun to hop in there and play around. And just regular Fortnite, just like I don't know what you call the normal Fortnite mode. 100 people
I mean,
versus is it just battle
Battle
royale like
Royale?
still is
Yeah.
yeah. Just hopping back
Yeah.
and doing that was really fun. I even told Audrey last night,
Yeah.
hey, let's play some Fortnite because that was fun. And I
It's
forget
a
how
fun game to
much
play
I
with your
enjoyed that
friends.
experience. Yeah, yeah, it's fun. We'll have to do that again.
Yeah. I had to skip out on that one. So I've gotten to play the new ballistic mode, but I've just been really busy, so I haven't had the chance to really like dive in. But I didn't skip anything. Was that all you've been playing, Jerica?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, High School or
Gotcha.
Weekly was like Oh yeah, that was fun. I sort of forgot we played, and it was funny that you already had shoes. Yeah, I do fall like I've literally spent more time buying things, I think, in Fortnite in the past couple
Yeah.
weeks instead of playing the game because I'm trying to get the Jordans. I need a high top. I got the low
Oh
top.
man.
And then I bought I saw today I have this app that shows me what's in the store every day. I'm just waiting for the arcane skins.
Incredible. Oh my
that's why I'm
gosh.
doing this. I'm just want them to bring back the skins so I could put Jinx
Yeah.
in some Jordan ones. Like that is the only reason I'm like all up in Fortnite. And then also I want to play with
Well,
y'all
now
too.
you're gonna need to get some Adidas
Let's go.
for
Yeah. Oh yeah.
something.
Oh, you know there's gonna be a collab.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Okay, now
All
I'm
right,
done.
cool.
So
Well,
sorry.
I oh no, it's okay. I haven't I'm glad that you had some things to talk about because I don't, unfortunately. I the only thing I've been playing is I have been able to play more of Life is Strange Double Exposure. I'm on the last episode,
Ooh.
the very last
Has that
one.
been
Man.
a cliffhanger at any point? Like my hair. Just keep talking. I'm
Oh
trying to fix
yeah.
my hair.
It's been a wild ride for sure. Like there's some really I have some mild like complaints. I was on a few weeks ago I was on Spotlight Games and me and Patrick over there at Spotlight talked about he's also been playing it. So we had a couple of complaints. I do think some of the mechanics are a little repetitive, but I am really enjoying the overall storyline and the overall, obviously no spoilers, the overall cliffhangers as I've been going. It it's definitely setting up for some cool things and it's added in a lot of new cool mystery, even though we're on the last episode. So I'm very curious where we're gonna end off on because as you might know, like this game revisits like the original characters. So that's been really cool to like go back to them and like experiencing it with them. High Score Weekly said, "Can I play Double Exposure without having finished True Colors?" Yes, True Colors is completely separate from like there's nods to some of the other characters, but you don't have to have played True Colors to play this one. But yeah, that's all I've been playing. So I'm glad that you had some fun new things to talk about. But you know what I will be playing in preparation sneak peek for an upcoming episode? This Infinity Nikki game,
Yeah.
Jerica.
Same.
I will be
It's on
playing that.
my
I've
to play list
downloaded
this
it.
week. Yeah.
Yeah. Downloaded it, got it ready to boot up.
We're gonna talk
But
about it next week. So be
it's
ready.
all over the internet.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. It looks very interesting, Jerica. I've seen it everywhere. Free to play and dress up. I want to play dress up.
It isn't something that I normally play at first glance, but then I saw Audrey, my girlfriend, like download it and start playing, and I was like, "Oh, it looks sort of interesting. I gotta dive in."
Speaking of diving in, take us away to this expert mode where we talk about the Game Awards. Boop, boop, boop.
Let's go ahead and kick
Take
it
us
off with
away.
overall impressions. Like Kayla, thinking about last year, um, we had a few cool announcements. The last big thing from last year's Game Awards was Monster Hunter Wilds, which was a pretty big announcement. Everyone's looking forward to that, so it was pretty cool. But I feel like we had one more things all night. So I'm
I did
pretty hyped
too.
off of it. But overall, what did you think about the Game Awards this year? Like, what were your last scene impressions?
Honestly, like I don't really ever give things 10 out of 10. So I think this was a 9 out of 10. Like
Yeah.
the only thing that could have sent it over the edge was anything Last of Us related, but I think we got like the closest thing we could get to that,
Yeah.
which is Naughty Dog working on something really badass.
Yeah.
And pretty far along it seems. But I would say 9 out of 10. Like it's pretty close to being like perfect. There was so much like, and I did with some of our friends who are friends of the show, like including High Score Weekly in our chat. I was able to get to go to and watch it with them. High Score Weekly said Druckmann been busy. Yeah. So that was fun. It's always fun to watch it with people. Me and Jerica were texting the whole time too. But so there was a lot. Like I felt like I couldn't look away. Like there was nonstop, like really, really dope announcements. So I think it was pretty high up there. What about you, Jerica?
I also fall in the 9 out of 10 place. Like,
Okay.
I think it was the 10th anniversary of the Game Awards. So I figured there was a lot of focus on
True.
making this one a big deal. And luckily that matched up with a lot of game announcements, I think, finally, because even it's exciting to finally see what and I'm not going into specifics yet with it, but it is finally cool to see like what are one of the major first party like Sony studios, like what are they working on? We know Wolverine is the next big game from Insomniac.
I forgot
And
about that.
yeah, Ghost of two Yokai, is that no, or is that something else?
I think so.
Yote. The next Ghost game got announced and it's coming out next year, but like that's all we've really heard from PlayStation in a while. Like, so just getting an announcement what Naughty Dog has in the pipeline, what's coming next, is such a big deal. I feel like it's been really dry, and
Yeah.
and I say dry, we've had so many games come out, but a lot of just
Dry
big,
announcements,
like
though.
big games that are coming. Like, we know these studios are probably working on them, but it's just finally that time that they're at a point where they can share what they're working on. And I
Mm-hmm.
think it just the stars aligned with this Game Awards being that time because um, games take a long time to make, and I know with PlayStation, like the last showcase that was a little bit of a disappointment. There's been a lot of shifts in which we're not just a PlayStation podcast here, but I get a lot of my
No.
hype from PlayStation games, and that makes me really excited to see. And we just haven't seen lot of huge PlayStation announcements. So getting the Naughty Dog thing was really cool. Uh,
Yeah,
but yeah, overall,
absolutely.
it was cool to see so many trailers.
Sorry.
I don't know if we'll ever get a Game Awards that comes this close. Like this is going to be a tough one to top, and I don't know if it's just stars aligning, 10th anniversary situation, but yeah, this
Yeah.
one will be a hard one to top. A lot of cool announcements.
A lot of really cool stuff and lots of cool stuff like at the beginning, like at the
Yeah.
very
There
beginning.
was stuff I
I feel
missed because
like
I didn't get to start when it first came on. Like I was a little late to the game, no pun intended. But yeah, I went back and saw some things like Dave the Diver got DLC announced. So there's a lot of big announcements even before the main show.
Yeah, and that's always like something like for like I had to work that day. So I have a full-time job and Jerica also works part-time. I was not able to catch like all of the pre-show. I did catch the whole entirety of the actual show. But the pre-show, I didn't get everything on the pre-show, but I do have it pulled up and going back through it. I would say like for me, if we wanted to start with like the pre-show stuff, which I don't know if that by the way, the article we're pulling from to talk through some of the announcements is from GameSpot by Jason Finelli. I don't know if it necessarily has it separated by the pre-show, but I do believe that the Dave the Diver DLC came from that. And
Yeah,
me and Jericho both talked about how much we love this game. So I'm
it's
excited
so
to
good.
see
I was
like
hoping it was
what
a
does DLC
sequel
even look like?
or like a new game.
Hmm.
So yeah, it might be enough of new content though where it feels like a new game because like thinking about it's called Dave the Diver in the Jungle. So is it just a new? Surely you're still diving because it's called Dave the Diver. But I'm just curious of like how different these places you're going to dive are going to be in the jungle. I need to know more.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's more info.
I'm
You can
very
keep going.
intrigued. I just looked it up and it is confirmed that it is DLC and that you're on land looking around. So that's cool. Guess you're not a
I
diver.
missed that. That's cool.
Yeah, it
What?
says late 2025 release.
Okay. This must be a
So
pretty big DLC then. Uh, I wonder what they're gonna do on the land. What are they doing? You can't dive
I don't know.
on land. You can't dive. What is he gonna do?
Who
Just
knows,
walk?
man? But
Dave the
is
Walker.
there another thing that really stuck out to me in this like in the early stages of the show was did you see the game Kiora? Did you see
I
that?
missed that.
I should have sent it to you beforehand, but it's Kyora. It is described as a multiplayer exploration game from Pugstorm, the developers of Core Keeper. the trailer shows multiplayer characters exploring the like below the village, like underground. It's like a pixelated like 2D like platformer type game.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it looked interesting. It kind of looks like it's something that's up my alley, basically. And so I took note of that. It's like a dungeon crawler type game.
Okay. Hmm.
I don't think it got. I think obviously it's an indie game, but you can do co-op up to 8 players. So I don't know what that gameplay necessarily looks like, but you can like manipulate the pixels and like a strategy. I'm guessing type game. But again, no date window, but that did definitely intrigue me.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a lot of people you can play with. Hmm.
yeah, that's always fun. Blaster Goblin, hello in the chat. They could top it if they added more Muppets next year. Wow.
I just, what's up with the Muppets? You know?
I don't know.
Does Jeff Keighley is that a Keighley thing? I've never really dug deep into the lore with the Muppets being there. It's got to be a Keighley thing.
It has to be, and it's
How
so
do you get close
silly.
with the Muppets? How did they become best friends? I need to know how that introduction, how that relationship got started.
I know it's very some of the it wasn't quite as goofy this year as other years. Would you
Yeah.
agree?
Well,
I would agree.
the show is jam packed. They literally had no room for many jokes, which I sort of appreciate that. So
Yeah, nobody came on stage, which is great.
I will
Like
say
previous
I
years.
did enjoy seeing Snoop Dogg perform, but Snoop Dogg performing, even though he's in Fortnite, he was sort of out of place. I don't know. It was
He
weird.
was.
I think
Do you know who
if I
else
would have,
was?
huh?
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I
Finish
was gonna,
yours.
I was telling Audrey, I'm like, they really just missed out for having like a whole Arcane concert, right? I think the whole show should have been just Arcane performances. Like from the whole like the whole season had really like a lot of great artists. And you could have filled the whole show. If you needed musical talent for multiple moments in the show, it should have been just performers from Arcade. But I enjoyed the Snoop Dogg concert, being home. I know I wasn't
Yeah.
in the crowd. I don't know. Keeley needs to have some floor space in between the stage and just like let people in for free that want to watch like the concert parts and then let them out. Cause like
Like
it's just
mosh
so
pits.
awkward with the crowd and
Yeah,
everything. It's so awkward. It's so
I
awkward. You can just
agree.
tell there's like some people dancing and getting into it, but then there's just some developers just like Snoop Dogg, it's really strange.
Was
Anyways,
it strange in person too? Like, did it feel the same way?
I'm trying to remember like who performed. Oh, I saw Sam Lake do his dance from Alan Wake, so that was cool.
Yeah.
It was like more performances tied to those experiences versus. I'm trying to remember like any other artist that like would like I don't know. It's I'm blanking out. I don't remember. But it wasn't like
Um,
Snoop Dogg, which I'm sort of. I mean, I would have loved. I've seen Snoop Dogg before live.
and
I
Old Gods of Asgard
Yeah, so
presented
that's
last
the
year.
I don't know if you've gotten to that part in Alan Wake yet.
No, I haven't. I've got to pick
Dang.
that one back
Okay.
up. Too many new things came out.
So yeah, I was really glad I got to see that live. That was cool.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Um,
but yeah, they should have just had songs from Arcane, artists from this season of Arcane perform.
P Swag said, "I will
Anyways.
forever be jealous that you got to see Herald of Darkness in person."
Hey, yeah, I think that was worth a game award's worth going to. But I am mad that Naughty Dog announced a new game at this one, and I wasn't in person for that. But
Yeah.
there's give and take.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. We were talking about
Said,
music. I'm done now.
the show was insanely long, deaf exhausted by the end. Yeah, 100% it's long. But yeah, performances great. I liked Snoop Dogg. Obviously the arcane performance of The Line by 21 Pilots.
Apparently,
Chef's Kiss. I've been listening to it.
apparently people on the internet are freaking out. Like it was one of his best like live performances he's done in his career. Like I'm hearing that multiple times.
Yeah.
Like, and I agree. Like it was really impressive. His vocals, insane. I don't know the lead singer of 21 Pilots, like his name.
Josh Dunn is his
Okay.
name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I
got
think
some killer chords, man. Like that was wild. Like it sounded better in live. I'm sure most artists sound great live. They do, but
Yeah.
some it's just really hard. Like he sounded amazing. It was cool.
I agree. It was really good. I'm a fan of them anyway. I don't know why I didn't think I forgot that they have. I forgot that was them singing the song
Yeah.
that is in the soundtrack. But yeah, 100% great at performance. But dare I say, better than Snoop Dogg? Sorry for
Yeah.
those out there.
Yeah. It was, yeah. And then did you hear that Snoop Dogg's got a game? Him, I think it's him and his son are like, will have a game studio. They're like, they're going to make a game.
Yes. And wasn't there, oh my gosh, what was the other random celebrity? What's his name? Oh, Post Malone has like a game coming out. He was there and
Oh,
he
yeah.
like
That was, I
announced a
didn't,
game.
it's so random, but it
It was
looks
like DLC
interesting.
for a different game. It was like Post Malone's Killer Clown, something crazy. I forget exactly what it was. Anyways, we're getting derailed.
Yeah.
But it's
Harrison Ford
derailed
was
in a way
definitely
that
a little
is
drunk.
relevant.
I think Harrison Ford was a little
Bro.
drunk.
Bro. Which by the way, I do want to play that game. I want to play the Indiana Jones game. It's on my list to play. But
Yeah, I started it. I haven't played enough to like have an opinion on it yet, but I started it just so I can see what the fuss was about, and I'll probably get back to it.
Mans was having a hard time. And Todd Howard
Dude,
is such a short man.
I know.
He's so tiny.
uh,
But no short hate here. Let's move along, shall we? The other thing that I was very intrigued by was the soccer game from the Saifu devs. Did you see that?
yeah. Is it the rematch?
Yeah, I actually it called to my spirit of Super Mario Strikers, which is one of my
Yeah.
favorite games of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks a little goofy. It looks a little bit goofy. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know. I
hesitant.
don't know if I'll get into it. I'll definitely give it a shot if it's like something that shows up that's free for PlayStation Plus or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I could see it doing that for sure. Do we want to get into some big announcements though? Because
Let's go.
there's
Let's
a
queue up some
there.
footage because I'll have like some of the trailers playing while we're talking.
Let's talk about The Witcher 4. Opened up the show. Opened it up,
Yo, I
Jerica.
didn't
What did you
I'm
think
gonna be
about
honest, I
this?
didn't expect okay. First impressions of this, funny enough, the whole time I'm like, oh, is this where, you know, rumor on the street was Naughty Dog was gonna show their next game. Or, everyone's thinking
Yeah.
like Sony Santa Monica might show their new thing. Or Half-Life 3. Um when I first saw the trailer for this, I did you think I thought I saw Ellie because I was like, I saw this scene like when the characters like getting in this like extra character was getting in a well and like washing their body or
Yeah.
whatever. I was like, The Witcher. And then a few seconds later, I saw the character's face and I was like, Ellie? What in the
So
midsummer is happening right now? And I was like, oh no, it is definitely The Witcher.
yeah, 100% thought Midsummer, like 100%. And I did, part of me, I think just because of the way that it's shot and the way that it's like the dark, like I was like, oh, is this Last of Us? Like I really did think. But as soon as I saw like as soon as I got a little bit further, I was like, wait, no, this looks like The Witcher. Like, especially with the
And then I
blade.
even
Like as
thought
soon as
this
I
was
saw the
Ashley
blade.
Johnson. Like the girl
Really?
in the one that gets stabbed at the end. Yeah, not Siri.
Yeah.
Like I was
Yeah.
like the it looks like motion cap. Like it looks the likeness is similar to Ashley Johnson, which it's so random. I feel like her
Actually,
likeness
yeah,
is in a lot of things. I was
I
like,
would
is this
agree with
Ashley
that.
Johnson? I'm so confused.
It does kind of look
It
like
threw me
that
for a
now that I
loop.
think about
But I
it.
was like, no, this is The Witcher. There's the swords. And then we see Siri.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Man.
Kayla, I have not finished The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Never finished it. There's a lot of game there. I hope we get like an updated version soon because I want to get back to it and definitely play. Have you ever played a Witcher game? No, we've watched
I
the show.
have. I have not finished Wild Hunt either, but I did play a good bit of it and I did enjoy
Okay.
it. And I love the storyline. I love The Witcher in general. I've read 2 of the books. There's a whole book series. I've read 2 of them and then I've watched the show. I'm excited for this. I have a feeling that like I mean, what year? The Wild Hunt probably that probably came out like,
I was like
I
a
don't know.
long
Let me
time.
look
It's been a
for
long
sure.
time. Let's see. Oh, you're looking it up.
2015. So almost 10
Okay.
years.
Yes, it's
Uh
been a long time.
so I have a feeling that maybe it won't be like a direct, like I feel like you could probably play this without playing that one. Obviously, it'll probably pick up where, but as you can see, series like an adult, it presumably, but this trailer's badass, Jericho. What did you think
It's
about it?
great. I know. I'm so down. I'm so glad they're um going with Siri being like the main character. I didn't even beat the game, but I think, obviously some people are mad. They're like, "Oh, another lady in a game. Oh my God." But
I want him to be
I think
mad.
it
Be
makes
mad.
sense. I think it makes sense for the story. I've watched the show and I haven't seen how the game ends, but it seems evident that Siri wants to be a Witcher. Like, not wrong,
Yeah.
Siri. Stop listening. My phone. Um,
Oh yeah.
it seems that that's where the story was going. Like, this was her next step. So it makes sense that she is the main character of the next game. But
Yeah.
I'm ready. I bet this is gonna be. This is a cinematic trailer, so I can't wait to see gameplay.
It looks incredible, and just like the quality, the is a pretty long trailer too.
This was
I would
really
say like
long. Like, it's still going. Like, it was 6 minutes long. So
wow. Did we get a release date? Did we get anything?
no, we didn't get
No.
anything.
What do
It
you
was just the
think if you
announcement.
had to guess?
This game's definitely 3 years away, 3 to 4 years away. Because
Yeah,
this is what they.
for sure.
Well, I remember somebody on Twitter from CD Projekt Red was just like, "Hey, they pretty much have like. I know one's probably ahead. This is probably ahead. It might not be. I don't. You know what? I don't know for sure. I just remember they got working on the next cyberpunk thing and this. They might be working on them very closely together. If anything, maybe this game might be a little more further along than the cyberpunk. I don't know why I'm doing these gestures. You can't even see my hands. Or they might be very close together. But I think everything that we've seen tonight is 3 to 4 years away. You can
Yeah,
come back to this video in the future and say, huh, Jerica, you're funny. You're so
yeah,
silly. These games are six
yeah.
to 7 years away, but hopefully not. I don't think anything was shown here that we're having to wait 5 years for. That's just painful. I don't think they
I
do that anymore. I hope not.
I'd rather just not know, like
Same.
especially sometimes I would just rather be surprised.
I think I remember like
I guess.
Neil Druckmann actually saying like, you know, I don't remember verbatim, but there was conversation around like announcing Last of Us Part 2 like too early. So
Mm,
hopefully they're not doing that again. I know I'm speaking for a different developer here. This is CD Projekt Red, but I don't think some studios are trying to get away from that. So
yeah. Late from lunch said I'm thinking 2026
yeah,
for
yeah.
The Witcher. I could see that.
I
Like that's
sooner
that's
rather
I
than
think that's
later.
solid.
Ugh,
Yeah.
I can't
Well,
wait to
I'm
play it.
excited for it.
I,
Either way, I'll be playing it. Hopefully, maybe they do a little remaster of Wild Hunt. We'll see. Who knows?
that's what I'm hoping for.
Uh
That's what I'm hoping for.
but
Anyways,
literally right after that, we get another huge announcement
what was it? Which one is this?
immediately after
You have the list. I don't have it
Elden
right.
Ring.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
don't have the video
Elden
footage of
Ring.
that. Not that I'm an Elden Ring
Yeah,
hater. I'm just like I can't even beat the regular Elden Ring. I'm not gonna be able to do this. But apparently it's multiplayer. And it's like you can play with
yeah,
a couple other folks. So
yeah.
I'm excited about that. And I think one of our friends texted about it a little bit and it was different from what I thought it was gonna be. Like in terms of like a new mode with that you play with a couple other people.
Yeah, because it's like a whole, basically like a whole like brand new RPG, like like multiplayer action RPG, like where you can just essentially just play it with your friends. From what I hear, I've never played Elden Ring. I've only watched Jerica play and my brother-in-law. Um, but it's just not the type of game. It's just not for me. Like I know that I'm not going to pretend it's for me. It's not. Um, but I've heard
It's
that
like
the
Fortnite Elden Ring.
yeah, yeah.
That's what High Score Weekly
I've
said.
it perfect. Great description. Um, but I've heard that multiplayer is difficult on the standard uh Elden Ring. Like you have to like sacrifice your firstborn child and like um then you like come into this like there's a lot of steps you have to do. But I'm excited for the people that love this game because
Yeah.
I know recently they were like they confirmed they're sneaky from software sneaky because they confirmed that they're not working on a second Elden Ring, but it's because they were working on this, I guess, because it's completely different.
They're
But
just
they
they're
said,
just pushing out Elden Ring games, like experiences every year.
yeah, I mean, it's making them moolah, you know what I mean? So,
I'm just
hey,
impressed with their ability to, I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess I feel like the DLC, there was some new locations. I could be wrong. I don't know enough to have an opinion here, but I do think, based on what I've just seen, it's really impressive how they've had a game or a new experience every year and it still be
yeah,
reviewed as highly as it is. So I'm sure this will be nominated for Game of the Year again. This thing,
probably so.
this mode.
It says it says next year that it says
Yeah,
it's coming
that's
out
what I'm
next
saying. Like
year. Do
every
you think
year,
that's true?
we have a new version of Elden Ring every year now. It's I think it's cool. Like I think it's great. Good for them. It's impressive. I am excited for this next game. It's not.
Tell me
It's just
about
in
it.
the list. I don't have a video, but Project Robot. Uh, I'm gonna
Mm,
butcher this guy's name, but the creator. I'm just gonna say the creator of Shadow of the Colossus, Last Guardian,
yeah,
and that other game that's leaving my brain. Anyways, I those games are just so cool, and there's something about the atmosphere that's just like so desolate and but so. Shadow of the Colossus is one of my first like big open art. Like, what could a game be if it became also art? Like, it was like trying
yeah.
to tell a story, but with the just minimal. It's just your character and your horse like trying to defeat these colossus, and it's so lonely but so full of inform. It's so full of life. It's hard. I'm not a poet, but it's one of those games that like really uh pulled on my heartstrings and like, oh, this is what
Aw,
games can be. So knowing that
that's
the creator
awesome.
of that and those other great amazing games is working on a new project that looks like it has robots in it, some weird sci-fi things, and it just looks weird. I'm so excited. I'm all here for it. I don't know how far away this game is, but um it looked really cool. Yeah, it's currently untitled. The brief,
That's
I
cool.
guess it doesn't have a name. It doesn't this thing don't have a name yet. The trailer shows a human trying to avoid, I guess it was human, I didn't really notice, avoid a cataclysmic wave. So like they were getting in that little spaceship and like trying to leave. Do you remember that? All that dust was
Yeah,
coming through. Yeah, it
yeah.
looked cool. Anyways, I'm
I've
excited for that.
I've never played any of those games, but I thought of you as soon as I saw this because I know you love Shadow of Colossus. So I was like, I know Jerica's probably
Yeah.
excited. And apparently
Uh,
you guys are there's some hype in the chat from Abs of Steel and Bobcat CR. Give me another Shadow of the Colossus experience. And High Score Weekly said he's one of my fave game creators. So that's really
so
cool.
good. There's just a
Uh
It's just a there's just a thing about the games. All those have thing about them, and this trailer had that thing. I can't put my finger on it, because it's late, but you know what I mean. The thing
I do,
has the
yeah.
thing.
Uh this next one I'm really excited for, Split Fiction.
Yeah,
And it looks so cool, Jerica.
it looks really neat. Once again, uh, my brain isn't working, but that loud guy that's at the Game Awards now every year, It Takes Two, Joseph Ferris just came back to me. Once
Yeah,
again, they
yeah,
have
yeah,
made a
yeah.
really cool concept with co-op. You know, we're gonna
Yeah.
have to play.
It's
Me and Audrey are gonna play. Then me and you should stream this game because it's coming out
yeah.
in March. I think.
Let
I think
me
it's
let me
March.
look.
I have the trailer pulled up too. I can check at the
Um,
end.
I don't see the date. Oh, March 6th, 2025. Okay, yeah, perfect. But yeah, it looks so dope. I'm intrigued because the vibes are giving bookish. Like it reminds me because the two main characters are authors of one of sci-fi and one of fantasy. And so you're kind of like toggling back and forth between these like two very distinct worlds. And so that's super intriguing to me. The art looks really cool. I think it looks dope.
Did you
Abby
played
Steele
It
said that
Takes Two,
their
right?
announcement.
Did you play that?
I didn't actually.
We
No,
should
I
stream
don't know
that.
how.
Okay,
That would be
hold on.
fun. Let's
We
do
need to
it.
play that. So they it was such a good game. I didn't expect It Takes Two to be that good, but some of
Yeah.
the mechanics and the ways, like every level's just different enough, and it's so fun. And it's never. Sometimes you see some of the, and not this in particular, but if you go back and like see the trailer for It Takes Two, like some of the things look a little cheesy, but it never was. Like, what a great game! It Takes Two, amazing game. So yeah, we should play that before we get to this for sure.
I want to do that. That
Let's
would
do
be
it.
really fun. We could do that and like prep for this and like I play like I think it would be fun to play co-op. But this looks really cool. Life
And
and Lunch
when
said
this
who's
comes
gonna
out
wear the
too,
pants? Jerica.
whoever wants to, I'm
Not me.
down. Who doesn't even? I don't even want pants ever. Don't put the pants on me. I'm pantsless. Um, really cool. And I think It Takes Two is
Somebody
like
clip
this too.
that.
But if you buy this game, your friend doesn't have to buy it. Like you can play.
Oh,
So
sweet. That's
yeah,
cool.
very neat.
Oh, thanks. We got subs in the chat. Y'all are so
Oh, thanks.
nice. How kind. CC
Oh,
gifted a sub to Bobcat CR.
woo
And then Late from
woo.
Lunch subscribed. Whoop, 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 whoop. That's the hype train. Yeah, I'm excited for this. Looks really dope. Very unique art style. And I love anytime I can play as a little dragon boy running around. Or you're not playing as a dragon boy, but you're interacting with the dragon boy. A little bit of filler, and that we're getting into like the not filler. I don't ever want to say that about anybody's game. All games are great because they're being made, but not necessarily things I was interested in this like little bit of a middle part. Would you agree? Is there anything that you want to specifically call out?
Let me go back to the list. Sorry, I'm in videos right now.
I'm intrigued by the Splitgate 2 that got showcased. I enjoyed the first one. I didn't play it a ton, but why not? The Portal games, I'm a fan. Clive is going to be in Final Fantasy, or not. Clive is going to be in Tekken. That got announced. I don't play Tekken, but that trailer was cool. And then we have, let's see. I just don't want to skip over anything you're interested in.
I'm very intrigued by Project Sentry. I feel like that has like a Dragon devs. Which is cool because I was sold by the fact that it's Japan from 1915. So it's a story from
Wow.
very historic Japan back in the day,
Yep.
1915. So that looked really cool. I might play that. I've never played any of the Like a Dragon games ever. I'm always interested in them. They always look intriguing, but I always get pulled away with some other game.
Yeah.
I thought it was random, but Turok, the guy that hunts dinosaurs. There's another game
random.
It's one of those games that I feel like I could see that coming back anytime, and then it's the year it finally has come back. But I don't remember the trailer being like super impressive. Like, I don't know. Did it butter anyone's rolls in the chat? I don't know. Let me know.
Let us know if it buttered your roll.
I never played. Is it Onimusha? I'm probably butchering that too. I just know that's a pretty beloved franchise. I've never played, so it's pretty cool that is coming back.
Yeah, some of our people in our friend group were excited to see this on the screen, and the trailer did look cool. But I also have not played them. But it looked cool. It followed 2026 release window, so it looks like we're getting a couple things in 2026.
Woohoo!
This next one blew my skirt up.
Yeah.
in a fun way.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks so cute. Stage Fright, from the developers of Overcooked. I love the Overcooked games. And it kind of reminds me of the other one, the Split Fiction game, the way that it
Hmm.
aesthetically looks as far as like the split. But the way that they put this on the stage.
It
Did you
was
see
really
that
cool.
part
That
where
was a
they
good job. I was like, good job, Jeff. That was
yeah.
fun.
He was hee-heeing about it. I could tell he
Yeah, he
was
was proud. He
excited,
was
but
proud of himself with that. Yeah, that was.
the
But
way
this,
he reacted before he put Elden Ring on the screen was also hilarious.
he got so excited. He's
he
like, oh,
was he was so excited. But this is from Ghost Town Games. It's a co-op adventure with two human characters avoiding hostile aliens in a split world where the actions from one can help the other one simultaneously. So basically, also that looks like Vi, one of the main characters. But basically you can
yeah,
like kind of help each other through the different worlds, which kind of reminds me of It Takes Two and like the way that, that looks. But anything from this studio, I just love their art, like the way the people look. I think is really cute. The way that they choose their like art direction. Were you intrigued by this? Are you gonna want to play
yes,
this one?
yeah, absolutely. It was
Yeah.
one of my games that burned a hole, burned a patch,
Well, in a good, in a positive way.
burned a hole in my brain. I won't forget it.
Yeah.
It was added
Yeah.
to
It's
my
a
list.
very distinct
Oh yeah, and then also
art.
Dispatch. I just saw the the link, so I clicked on it. This what a cool concept. Obviously, a lot of actors, actresses that we know and love voices from, and then
Yeah.
a real actor. What's his face? I can't think of his
Uh,
name right now.
um.
Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad. He
Yes.
was up there with Laura Bailey talking for the longest. They have such great
Laura
chemistry, by the way.
Bailey.
Um,
Oh yeah, I thought they were to make out on the stage.
it was
Did you think
great.
that? I was like, oh,
I was like,
oh my
wow.
god.
So, and then while they were up there too, I was looking at Audrey. I was like, what if they're in the next Naughty Dog game? But what if that's why they're here? And then they started talking about this game. So I was like, oh no, that's not it. But that'd be really cool. But what a cool concept that you are a dispatcher for like superheroes, right?
Yeah. It I'm very intrigued and I love that it's like Telltale games and I love games that your choices affect the world and it showed you like in real time kind of how that was going to work. And I'm going to play this. Like and I've always been told that I should play The Wolf Among Us. And did you
Mm-hmm.
play that? I can't remember.
I'm holding off playing until they announce when the second one's coming out.
Okay. Okay. Uh Everybody's told me to play that and it's the same creators, so that's really really exciting. Um High Score Weekly said this game was so funny because the actors at the show were so cringe and they went on too long, but the game looked really good.
That's how it be
That's
sometimes with
funny.
some of these. Yeah, Game Awards are always there's always going to be a few awkward moments.
Of course, yeah. But no, I'll be picking this one up. Did we get a release date on this one? I don't know.
I've clicked off the video. Hold on, hold
No.
on.
Oh, 2025. 2025.
Okay.
We got 2025. That was it. Um, a couple other one last thing before we get into the intergalactic. Did you play Okami?
Yes, I've played it. It's one of those games like even Audrey's like I was like because when I saw the trailer because I thought this was going to be the last thing. And I was like
Mm-hmm.
and then as soon as I saw part of the like I saw some of the art and I was like, "Oh," and then you see Okami's were running. I was like, "Okami, okay. Cool." I haven't played that in so long, but yeah, it's very
Yeah.
surprising we haven't I don't know the story behind it. It's one of those games that, I played when I was like when did it come out? Hold on. Um it's just been so
2006.
long ago and I think I played it was like on the GameCube, I feel like. Right? Is it on the game? Was it a GameCube game?
I
I
didn't
feel like
play
I
it,
played on the
but
GameCube. I played it on
this
something.
this did really appeal to me. So I actually bought Okami, the original game, on Steam because it's on sale right now for like $3. if you wanted to play it. So I really loved the way that this art style was, the kind of like the Japanese mythology kind of retelling, and I'm super here for it. So I downloaded it, and I know a lot of people are excited for this one. So I will be
It was
playing
a
it.
big it was a big surprise. It was, I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't like my like I was it wasn't my I was gonna be disappointed if this was the one last thing. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm glad we're getting back to it. Um it's just one of those games that's very unique. I just haven't played it in forever. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to definitely go back and play like the HD like remaster. But I remember at the time it was definitely ahead of its time in terms of artistic style. And then obviously the gameplay is really fun. So it's cool that we get to revisit it. And I just knowing what it looked like then, what they could do now is going to be insane with like illustration, drawing, because it looks like a painting. That's why it looks so cool.
It is really cool
Yeah.
looking, the animation.
But I was going to be disappointed if
But,
this was like the last thing. I was like, oh man, come on. We didn't
but
get one
it
of
wasn't.
It wasn't.
It wasn't. Jerica, it was not the last thing. What was?
Right.
Oh my God.
Okay, we're just going to dive into this real quickly.
Let's dive in.
When did you know it was a Naughty Dog game? And I'll tell you when I knew. I'm curious if we were about the same place.
Not at first.
I saw this language and I thought it was like Cory Barlog's Sony Santa Monica's new game. I think everybody was like that. But yeah, go ahead.
I saw, what threw me off was the Porsche. Like seeing it say, I was like, wait.
But the tag had had ND on it though.
I didn't notice that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't catch that. I saw that and I was like, is this a Need for Speed?
Need for Speed.
I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense. Yeah. High School Weekly said Kayla confirmed she was there, but I was calling Naughty Dog early on as soon as he saw the character face. Okay. So the face kind of gave it away for him.
You don't actually see, when I knew for sure. Okay, this is same. Like right when I saw like the character, but specifically right here, the skin. As soon as you see like Naughty Dog textures on skin or a Tate top clothing, like you just know it's Naughty Dog. Like, and I think
that's
like as soon as you see the character, it's not because the character's bald. Everybody's being flipping out about that. Like, oh no, another lady that's got a shaved head and isn't pretty. This lady's gorgeous, and I don't know what people are. People are ridiculous. But
do you know who her likeness is from?
Yeah, she's been in a lot of stuff.
She's in so many things.
Gonna be in season 2 of The Last of Us. She's playing Nora, right?
Yeah. She's a great actress.
I know that Naughty Dog skin though, and that's good Naughty Dog skin. They have the best skin in the game in a lot of ways.
Okay. Hey.
And she's probably shaving her head so people don't recognize her. So people chill out. I bet she's not bald the whole time. But even if she is, it's fine. She's actually very beautiful.
Cares?
Bald.
Let her be
I
bald.
love a bald woman. Okay. How, if you obviously seen this, do you want The Last of Us Part 3 instead, or do you want this? Just don't overthink it. Just like go with your gut.
I have a hard time saying I would pick anything over The Last of Us Part 3. So I think I would still have to say that. But this is very intriguing to me. And like I'm fine with waiting on the next Last of Us installment for a while because I don't want it to be over. So I'm fine with waiting on that. Like this looks really good. And everything about it, from like the more like retro, like the cartoons within the game, like that whole section, like the bounty hunting aspect of it, everything is just like what I want. So it's not that I don't want this, but I think my instinct immediately is still The Last of Us Part 3. What about you?
No, okay. Before I've seen the thing, I was like, no, please let them be working on The Last of Us. But after seeing this trailer, I am so glad this is next. Because I feel like I get to double dip. because I'm getting
That's
this, and
true.
then the next thing's The Last of Us. The next thing's The Last
Yeah.
of Us. I think it's really cool there because they've never had the opportunity to make a game that's not grounded in reality, which I know Uncharted, there's some elements that are supernatural at times, but it's still like super grounded in reality and like humans on planet Earth. And then I know The Last of Us, there's zombies everywhere. Obviously, that's not real life yet. Hopefully not. We'll have our bricks
Too real.
and switchblades ready. But
Yep.
they're grounded in a certain type of reality where they can't really flex those wings and go beyond the stars. But literally, their imagination can run wild with this. And
Yeah. That's
obviously we
really
see it,
cool.
like they still gonna be grounded in reality, but like they get to play now. And we'll get to the end in a minute, but I think it's gonna be an opportunity for them to introduce a whole new way of playing a Naughty Dog game. Because like Last of Us,
Yeah.
Uncharted, it's very based in Last of Us has a lot of melee mechanics. Like I think they introduced a lot of new stuff with if you play as Abby. Abby plays a lot differently with Ellie, a lot more melee elements and punching and using your surroundings. I think they lean in really heavily to melee. And comparing Uncharted and The Last of Us, a lot of guns and weapons and
Yeah.
ammo. Like this character, Jordan is the main character here. At
Sweet
the end, you'll
blade.
see her the like big synth saber wand bat thing.
Oh my god.
So just think about like we have it. I think she does have like a gun on her hip at some point. I think you see one, but like just imagine like the evolution of melee combat that this can be. And we're gonna do. Or I'm sorry, we're just gonna skip to the end because I'm gonna wrap up here because we can't be here forever. I'm just gonna get to what
We'll
I've
dive.
been dying to talk about.
We can do a
Yeah.
whole special just on diving this drive, like whatever next thing we get in regards to
Yeah.
this, we can like fully like deconstruct.
So this is all in game, by the way. I think it says it, but I'm going to say it.
Crazy.
Like this has to be in game. This is a moment. This is a cutscene. You are about to take control of this character. Just landed here, whatever. About to take control. And like, I think this is gameplay. This is you hopping off of this rock and hitting this thing. Oh my god,
that's crazy. That's incredibly like cinematic.
So I'm going to stand up and. I get so hyped. I was standing up when I saw this, when I finally knew for like 100% it was Naughty Dog, when I saw like from the makers of like Crash Bandicoot, I auto freaked out because I was just like, woo, and Otto's like my dog's jumping all over me because I'm jumping. I don't know if I can get this on camera, but I should have had this video queued up. But if anyone here has watched played The Last of Us, Naughty Dog does something really cool. Your character really reacts to everything, like environment. So like if your character's like pushing up against the wall, they're reacting to it, right? It's like they're pushing off of it. You can like just pay attention to the physics when you're playing that game. And all the gamers here probably know. That was a really bad example. It was the best I could do in this little square. But the characters like react to everything. Like if you back up against the wall, I'm just imagining what Naughty Dog can do with melee and parkour. Get me?
Yeah.
Some Naughty Dog parkour. Are we hopping off rocks and hitting stuff and reacting to the I'm so excited what this could be. They're gonna blow our minds.
Yeah.
Because it is something they've never they're taking a big risk. Not a big risk, but they're doing something really different. Okay.
I'm excited for the story too, because I know like they know how to absolutely demolish a great story and the gamey elements of the game. Abso still said, or no, Blaster Goblin said the last time Naughty Dog made a game not grounded in reality, we got the masterpiece that is Jack and Daxter. So I have high hopes for this.
You're not wrong. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. I'm so sorry. You're not wrong.
That's been a long time.
But yes,
that's been a while. Though. It's been a while.
Some cool things come from that. This is so neat. Yeah.
High Score Weekly said, I think The Last of Us gameplay is fine, but the story is where it's at. This showed an interesting premise, but that gameplay snippet was very exciting to see them getting into an action game, maybe even more Souls-like. We'll have to see.
This is bad still. The gameplay I still think it's some of the best. Oh, it's just I liked what
I
I
love the
suck at it.
gameplay.
You can get really good at The Last of Us, and if
Yeah.
you've never watched like a pro Last of Us 2 player, I'll send you a video if you've never, but if you might have seen some stuff. But if not, let me send you a video just like seeing what's possible. Like there's things possible in that game that I'll never be able to do that because I can't be that good at that game because it's a tough game. But just knowing like how some of those elements will transfer over to this and just a few years or they're gonna have another what they innovated with Last of Us Part 2. My brain's gonna just not be able to handle what they're gonna be able to innovate with this game. I don't know. I'm just so excited. I'm so glad this is next.
Yeah. Look at the outfits. Look at her jacket. Look at the I'm excited for the music. 9 Inch
Yeah.
Nails. What?
So
I
cool.
can't wait. And then like the Sony, like was it not a Walkman, but when they like zoom in on like the Sony, like when she's playing the music and like the whole aesthetic is
This is
just
a
like
real thing
top
too. Like
notch.
this is a real Sony CD player. It's a real thing, apparently.
Yeah, yeah.
And apparently one of these discs is a Savage Starlight CD, which if you didn't know, that's Ellie's comic books that she collects. One of the
Wait, no,
CDs
I
that
didn't
did,
notice
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh, I know
There's a
you
a
said you were
little.
like zooming
I
in.
didn't find that. Someone else did. I did some research on this board. We just don't. We'll have to do another episode, Kayla, where we dissect the
We can.
trailer. Can't do it
Yeah.
here because it's already super late. But I will
It is,
say
yeah, it
took
is.
like I posted a picture on socials, me like looking. I was at the front of like in front of my TV, like 2 inches away, like reading all these notes on this bulletin board.
Yeah.
Did you like go back and read any of the pieces of paper on the board?
I didn't, but I saw your tweet where you did. Did you notice it? I know we
I
can't.
really wanted
We
to do
can
this
save
on
it
the
if we
show.
want.
We're not gonna do it. We're not.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to. I'm sleepy.
We can do a full deep dive if you guys want it. If the people want, we can go into it at a later time.
There's some interesting details that I've discovered in terms of timeline. I'm very intrigued, but I'll stop there.
Okay. So we think that maybe there's a universe, a Naughty Dog universe overarching.
No, not no. That's
No?
not what I was. I'm sorry. I didn't want to. I got you excited. It's not that cool. No, but it's like the timeline that this game takes place. No, I don't think so.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. High Score Weekly did say, I read afterwards that the premises of space travel became possible in the 80s, which is very cool.
That's it. Yeah,
that
and
is really neat.
there's clues to that on that board. But I didn't know that at the time when I saw the date. There's like a Polaroid on the bulletin board and there's a date on it. And I was like, what? That don't make any sense.
Ooh.
Okay, that's cool. So it's not, yeah.
That's really exciting.
Things are advanced a little quicker in this reality, which is neat.
Yeah, that's dope as hell. And I can't wait to talk more about it. Can't wait for it. No date. Unfortunate. Maybe 2026.
I think it's 2026, 2027. For real.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's as I don't think it's as far as away. I don't think we're gonna have to wait 5 years like we did for The Last of Us Part 2 after they announced it. Yeah. Also thinking like this is a much larger chunk of game that they're showing right now versus when they showed The Last of Us the first time. It was a really short trailer. So
I was thinking that too. It's pretty. I think it was like 4 or 6 minutes around that range too.
They don't need to make a massive game. Like it doesn't need to be another 25-hour game. Like I want them to tell a really good story and still a shorter amount of time would be great. But I'm not complaining if it is.
I hope it's around like 2025. That would probably be a sweet spot for me. Maybe it could be less
next year.
Like could be.
No,
hours. I meant
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
I was like, man, I wish, but I don't think so.
No. This is definitely not coming out next year. There's no way. But, the only thing I will say, we can end on this. The only thing I was sad about is that, not that they owed us anything, but I wish we could have gotten something about the TV show release date. I think that would have been
I
really cool if we
know.
could have gotten that.
Well,
But it's okay.
we might actually have gotten a hint with the PC release of part 2, the remake. That comes out in April, so if they're smart, they're gonna have that come out around the same time as the show. So,
that's a good point, actually. That could have been a
Todd
tease.
Howard watching this trailer, like, yeah, Starfield was still great, but yeah, this is a whole other. It's I did like the aesthetic in Starfield too. Like, that's one of my favorite parts of the game is the interface and the way they created like a style within like old space and make it their own. I'm really bad with words right now, but that vintage retro spacey like 70s NASA vibe. I dig it so much. This also checks a few boxes, but definitely leaning more towards like they talked about like Cowboy Bebop being an inspiration, Akira, and that sort of thing. So like, that whole aesthetic is just my jam, and I'll never get tired of it. So
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Give me more. Do a deep dive.
Let's do it. Yeah,
we'll do it.
100%.
Let's try to make predictions. I would love that. What we think is going to happen in this story and see how close we are based on this one trailer.
Yeah. I mean, me and Jerica know how to dive into a trailer now. We've done it several times.
We are professionals. Profession gals. I don't know. That's not working.
I like that, actually. Profession gals.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you guys all have a good holiday. We will be skipping next week. It will be 2 days before Christmas. So I'm assuming, I think we talked about we were skipping next week, right, Jerica? Or you might be doing something?
I gotta beat Dragon Age.
Yeah.
Damn it. And then I need to play Infinity Nikki. And then I gotta finish watching Secret Level, which I think more episodes drop tomorrow. I've about 4 episodes in. Watch 4.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of things to do. And then this is the holiday. So we're going to skip a week and then we'll be back with a special guest to talk about said games and shows.
Ooh,
Ooh.
On the 30th at, I believe, either 8 or 8:30. We have not finalized, but we would love to see you there. Be there or be square. And catch you on the flippity flop.
Goodbye.
Bye.
God, I can't wait to play. We didn't even talk about the long title. Intergalactic. The Heretic Prophet.
Heretic Prophet.
It's such a long title. That makes me love it even more. And I'm going to say that the entire thing every time we talk about it.